Football is back, and the EPL season comes along with it. Not just the EPL, La Liga is already resumed, and all the great leagues around the world that you enjoy is back this season. And this week, we'll be giving you a preview of the first match day week in the English Premier League for this week. It's been a while, we missed your faces, and now the season is back, and we're also back with you. Welcome to Patriot TV, your more sports, information, and entertainment. It's good to see again fans' reactions. My name is Adewale, and with me is my co-host.
Miriam Ali. So good to be back, actually, because I've missed all the thrilling, the exciting moments of EPL. And yeah, I'll, it, I'll say that everyone has been expecting this day. Everyone has been waiting so passionately for the EPL to be back. I mean, for football to be back generally. And yeah, we are back and we are good to go.
All right, yes, we are back and we are good to go. So without taking much time, let's get it started. This weekend, Friday, the the defending champion, but rather they prefer to be called the attacking champion, the Arsenal Football Club of London, will be taking on newly promoted side, the winner of the championship in Coventry City. Arsenal Coventry City at the Emirates Stadium. What is your take?
Well, it is going to be a welcome back for Lampard after so many years of him leaving yeah, Premier League, and we are facing him against. I mean, he's coming to Emirates, where when he was in Chelsea, knew what happened then during. I mean. With Chelsea versus Arsenal, and yeah, having him as a coach to be back in the EPL is really a good thing. And yeah, what should they expect? They are going to expect nothing but a thriller. I mean, they should ask Man City. Man City faced it in the Community Shield, and well, it is so unfortunate that they are going to be playing without their major striker, which is Aj Diouf. But then, I mean, they should come and feel the heat, just like the others.
Talking about strikers, why they might miss their striker in Diouf, they just got the service of the Nigerian striker, Taiwo Michael Awoni. Do you think, of course, we've seen him in the Premier League, especially against Arsenal, where he scores lovely, lovely goals. Do you think he can do the magic against Arsenal?
Well, I know he loves to play against Arsenal because he knows how to bang in goals against Arsenal. But I mean, that was when he was in Nottingham Forest. But now he's coming to a new team, which is Coventry, and it takes a while for a player to gel in a team. So I think he hasn't gotten his feet yet in Coventry. So it will be a bit of a challenge for him. And talking about him being a striker, do you know that Arsenal defense has improved so drastically well, and I don't see any Awoni coming into banging goal against. I mean, in the match against Arsenal. Yeah.
Okay, time will tell. We're going to see that. Let's move on to Saturday fixtures. There are a whole lot of fixtures on Saturday, starting with All City, another team who is back in the Premier League, the Tigers, and they will be taking on at the MKM Stadium against old, old, old legend Manchester United. So, do you think the glory days will finally be back for the Theatre of Dreams?
Well, I've missed All City. They have some certain players then that we always look up to. But them coming back, it's been a long time coming though, and them here now means they are back to come and face the old glory again. But them against Man U, I don't think I don't think Man United are just going to give up their first match like that. I know if I'm to predict the game, I'm going to give Manchester United a win because I mean they are also fully ready. And don't forget they have Carrick. Carrick is now the permanent manager of Man U, and we saw what they did last season. Coming to the Champions League, their qualification, their performance last season gave us an edge of what we are going to expect with Man U this season. So I'm definitely going to give it a Man U win.
Okay, so the spoils goes to Manchester United. A fixture that I think I'm going to enjoy also on Saturday. Everton at the Hugh Dickinson Stadium versus Crystal Palace. A new reemergence of Crystal Palace without their coach, new style, new everything. How do you think they're going to fare this season?
So with the incoming of Sage, we know it's not going to be very easy for him to just pick up like that with them. They still have though they performed pretty well in their preseason, but then Everton Crystal Palace, it's going to be a banger because I mean they've been there, done that. But then, if I'm to give a prediction for that game, I'll give it an Everton win.
Okay, an Everton win. All right, moving on. Ipswich versus Sunderland. A welcome back to Ipswich after they failed in the 2 seasons ago, went back to the championship, and now they are back. And now they are starting out with one of the stories of last season, Sunderland Football Club. The Black Class versus the Ipswich Town. How do you see it?
Well, Ipswich came last 2 seasons. I mean, they went last 2 seasons, and when they went like that, I want to believe they've seen Premier League, they've seen how it is played now, and they are back this season to come and give their all, so that they won't relegate again and go back to the championship. Since Sunderland gained the promotion, they've been so impressive. They've been so impressive, and they finished very well last season. For this season, you know how Sunderland is. I'm going to give it a Sunderland win because I believe they have the players, they are tactically skilled, and their performance is pretty so well. So yeah, it is going to be a Sunderland win.
Okay, the Black Cats for the win. Then also still on Saturday, we have the Nottingham Forest, led by a new coach, which is Oliver Glasner, against Leeds United. We saw Leeds having a resurgence towards the end of last season. Would they be able to keep up that form?
Would they be able to keep up? Yes, because I mean, if they could escape relegation last season, it means they are going to give their all in this new season. Nottingham Forest has been quite. I mean, they've been quite impressive lately. Though they lost Awoni to Coventry, but then Awoni didn't really play very well last season for
A lot of injuries.
yes, he had injuries, and yeah, I think Nottingham Forest is going to give a very fantastic game for this season. Yeah, so
All right, of course, what else would you expect from Oliver Glasner? He showed the magic at Coventry City. So we hope to see more of that magic with Forest. Then last for the Saturday, we also have the final game of Saturday. Brentford at the GTEC Stadium versus Spurs, a new refurbished Spurs with lots of players and a new coach. Their new coach is also someone that has been to the Premier League, understands the Premier League. So it's for me, it's probably someone, I think one of the fixture of the day for that game. What do you think?
Spurs has been so busy in this transfer window. They've been very busy. They almost relegate last season and they escaped. And this season they've given it their all. I mean, it's as if they signed every now and then, every two days in the transfer window. With the caliber of players they've gotten now, and the new coach coming in, I want to believe Tottenham is going to finish. If they don't finish within top four this season, they will definitely end in fifth position. But for that game, they are going to defeat them. They are going to defeat them because I know Spurs have done so fantastically well in the transfer window, and the players they got, the majority of the players they got are from the EPL. Who knows how the league is? They've performed so well, and yeah, it is going to be a victory for Tottenham at the end of the day.
An opening day win for the Spurs is the prediction. Thank you very much. So moving on to Sunday's fixture quickly, we have Brighton with, of course, the new Nigerian sensation Zadok Iyana hoping to make his debut in that game. At home, playing host to Aston Villa, the Europa League winners in that game. Of course, we've seen Aston Villa, they've lost a few players too, and they've brought in some set of players. And currently, they are still battling to keep Oli Watkins. So we'll see how that goes before the match starts. But Brighton, Aston Villa, it actually promises to be juicy.
Yeah, it promises to be juicy because Brighton has always been a supplier to the EPL team when it comes to giving out their players, their best players out. But then the funny thing is how they always recruit, and when we think they are going to miss the players they sold, it is always very surprising that they get to bring in more good players. And yeah, we've seen that since how many seasons ago. And yeah, it is not something I think. I mean, we're still going to watch that this season. But yeah, Brighton should take an edge in that match.
Okay, so home advantage to win it for Brighton. Moving on, we have Manchester City at home against Bournemouth. This fixture in last few months was actually quite historic for Arsenal fans worldwide. So, what do we expect this season?
Well, I won't be shocked if Bournemouth do it again. Why? Because Man City lost Pep.
Bournemouth have lost Andoni Raula.
They still have the set of players. Man City lost Pep, and if you look at Man City against Arsenal in the Community Shield, their performance seems a bit in shambles. Yeah, and Maresca has a lot to do. You know, they lost the likes of Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and all, and Maresca has a lot of a lot of work to do in the Man City team. But I that doesn't mean I should write them off. Why? Because they still have their lands and goal. Yeah, the match is going to be a tough game, and take a look at it. Man City would definitely like to revenge whatever Bournemouth did to them last season. So yeah, I'm going to give it a City win.
Okay, a City win almost grudgingly. Then Newcastle versus Liverpool. We saw Newcastle. They had a season to forget last season with a lot of injuries and all of that. And then we also saw Liverpool, who recruited heavily last season but failed to mount any attempt at actually defending the title that he won. And now this season they are now with a new coach. Newcastle are also coming in with a new coach and not too busy in the transfer window. But Liverpool has had a good transfer window, but currently, and we see that they are actually involved in more. So at the same James's Park, do you think Newcastle can actually turn around what has been a depressing spirit last season, a not so brilliant preseason, and actually give a good account this season?
It is going to be a tough game, and let's not forget Newcastle lost one of their best midfielder in the name of Bruno Guimaraes. So it's going to be a very tough game. We know how they perform. We know how the performance is when they face Liverpool.
And they also lost Sandro Tonali.
Yes. So it is going to be a very. I just hope they'll be able to seal in some more deal before the end of the transfer window. The match is going to be tough, like I said, and being the first game of the season. If I'm to predict that game, I'll give it a draw. Yeah, a draw. Yes.
All right. No victor, no vanquish. The spoils are going to be divided. And finally, last game of the week. It's going to be played on Monday. It's the first London derby of the season. Fulham Football Club at the Craven Cottage versus the Blues, Chelsea Football Club. Okay? It's Chelsea with new coach Xabi Alonso with an almost non-stop war chest, and they've bought another set of 11 players against Fulham, also with a new coach in person of Alvaro Arbeloa. Okay, after their former coach pick up the vacant job at Benfica, after it became a vacant again. And then, of course, we've seen last season Fulham. They showed that they could actually hold their own against the big boys, but somehow they had a very disappointing season. They lost a lot of games that they were never expected to lose, and all of that. So, do you think Arbeloa has what it takes? Of course, we saw him in Real Madrid for a few months. Do you think he actually has what it takes to make Fulham realize their full potential?
Well, I'll say yes because Fulham is well. I won't downgrade them to be a small team. Fulham is a very good team with great set of players. Although I missed some of their preseason games, but yeah, I want to give him a chance to be able to. I mean, I want to give him a chance in EPL in Fulham. But then talking about Chelsea, Chelsea is I think Chelsea is ready for this season. Why? Because they got Rogers. They got some of the they got some of the great players this transfer window, and that match is going to be a Chelsea win.
A Chelsea win. Okay, so thank you. So there we have the roundup of the week. So quickly, let's move on. Let's talk a bit about the transfer window so far. What has been the best signing of this window so far for you?
Okay, now I'm in the middle of a fight between Guimaraes and Solis.
Okay.
I've seen Solis play. I've seen his performance, and yeah, I know Arsenal has gotten a great deal. In the transfer window. Solis for me, Solis is giving me this Alexis Sanchez vibes, with the way he drives in the ball and all, and he's pretty good. Attack minded is very well. He was able to gel with the team so well. See, Arsenal is ready. Arsenal is fully ready. We saw what Guimaraes did for Newcastle, what he's bringing into the team, to Arsenal team. But the problem I have is how Ateta is going to set up his team, but because now we have so many players. I mean, in and well, we're still waiting for Konsa.
That's a done deal.
Don't do, yeah. So I think Arsenal is set defensively, attack minded. They are fully ready, and yeah.
Okay. So well, for me, I don't care how he sets up his team. Everyone who plays for Arsenal, I'm sure they will give 110 performance. However, let's apart from Arsenal in transfer window so far, what transfer has got you excited?
Should I say Rogers for Chelsea? Yeah, Rogers, because we saw what Rogers did in Aston Villa, and we know how good he is. But the thing is, I don't know how Shabi is going to set up his team. But yeah, the best transfer for me this is definitely Rogers to Chelsea.
Okay. Actually, for me, I'd say Zion Suzuki to Aston Villa. He's actually one goalkeeper I've actually enjoyed. I've watched his games. I actually came across him first in this Club World Cup, the old format, and I saw, and then even when they played the last one that was played in the new format, he actually also gave a good performance. Zion Suzuki, and also we saw in the they are in Asia, their own type of Europa League. The final they played against Al Nassr. He was the goalkeeper also in that game, and he gave a shutout. Okay, so I've been interested in him. He's actually someone of good quality, and I'm actually interested. An APO team, Aston Villa for that matter, have gone for him and they've brought him. So that is one transfer I'm actually excited about. Okay, moving on from transfers, let's talk about a few things. Who teams that you think will finish in the top four this season?
Okay, I'll pick Arsenal as number one because yeah, they are definitely retaining the yeah. Arsenal, then Chelsea. I'm giving Chelsea. I want to,
Second.
smuggle it. No, 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 not second now. I'm not.
just in
I'm
the
not.
top
Yes,
four.
in the top four. I want to smuggle Chelsea in because of the signing they've got this season. I mean, in the transfer window. Then Man U, Manchester United. I believe Manchester United are ready to bring. To give us the same performance they did last season. And now I'm caught between Spurs and Tottenham.
Not even Man City and Liverpool.
Man City. Ah, okay, let me start again. Let me start again. Okay, yeah. So it is going to be according to this number.
In no order. Okay, except Arsenal. In no order.
Yeah, it's not first. Yeah. Then Mayu. Mayu. Man City and Spurs.
So you smuggle Chelsea out again.
Yes, I smuggled them out again. I tried to fix them in before, but now they are not even anywhere close again.
Okay. That seems to actually be that
So
suggests
how
a
about
strong
you?
race. For me, of course, Arsenal. But I think I'm actually excited to see Anthony Iraola in Liverpool. But there's something I've noticed. Coaches that actually do well with mid-level teams, when they get to a big team that actually has more budget, they don't actually live up to expectation. We've seen that and all of that. Maybe because of the different level of expectations and all of that. But I actually think if there's any coach that can actually pull that off, it should be Andoni Iraola. Okay, so I'm seeing Liverpool in the top four also, and I'm also seeing Manchester City. Forget what we saw in the Community Shield. Arsenal simply blew them after Jota, but now that was just a one-off match. Okay, it was a final. Anybody could turn up, but we are talking about consistency for 38 games. Yes, they are selling a lot of players. They've had a lot of players and all that, but I think if there's one thing I know about Enzo Maresca, if we saw how we guided, there was a time Chelsea was when he was there. Chelsea was actually in conversation for winning the Premier League, and so imagine what he has with better players at his disposal. So I'm seeing an Enzo Maresca Manchester City also in that top four, and I'm also seeing it's going to be very close. So that's Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City. I'm also seeing Manchester. I'm not the last one is going to be between Manchester United and Spurs. Okay, it's going to be close between Manchester. In fact, I think all the traditional teams are going to actually be in the top six. I think that because also Xabi Alonso is going to have a good account of himself, especially because his team is not playing any other tournaments, just the English Premier League and also the League Cups and all of that. So that gives them a lot of time to prepare for a lot of games. So I think they can actually try their best. So the top six will be in the top six, but I think the top four, the third of the fourth spot is really going to be close between Manchester United and between Spurs.
Do you think Xavi Alonso is going to give whatever he gave in Bayern Leverkusen to Chelsea?
Now, can he do that? Yes. Will he be able to do that? That depends on how the ownership of Chelsea run the club. People criticize Chelsea that they keep signing young players, but one thing I've seen about Alonso, I think he has put his foot down. He's brought in a whole lot of experience in this window. He's not just signing young stars and small. No, he's also bringing in. People say, why does he need Welbeck? Why does he need Jordan Henderson? He needs these players to keep grounding the young boys. There's something I kept saying, especially when Chelsea started this their strategy of bringing your players. Young players don't develop at an even rate. They have different rates of development. We saw when they brought in this player, we saw that Cole Palmer was the star. He was really showing. But now it seems recently Cole Palmer has stalled. It's Pedro Neto that's been carrying them. You've been and a few seasons ago, Pedro Neto was not really doing much. Now he is. So that shows you the different growth areas of young players. They are very, very inconsistent. They show a lot of promise. So that is where you need young players or mature players. And that was the role that this man was playing, Thiago Silva. He was playing for them. And the moment Thiago Silva left, they didn't bring in anybody who was experienced to help those young boys. We saw that their performances were so inconsistent. And that was why one of the reasons Maresca also was quick to jump ship when the offer from Man City came. So, but Alonso also saw that, and now he's doing that. So if they actually give him the free hand to actually pick his own team, and not giving some funny conditions like we saw with Man City, with Maresca, when they kept telling him, don't play Cole Palmer in case so that he doesn't get injured, so that we can sell him, a whole lot of those funny things. If they can keep it out and let him just focus on the job, yeah, he can perform the magic. He has proven it. He has the formula. And as long as he has players who are willing, he will do that. He will do that. Okay. So I think let's just call it let's call it a day at this point. Okay, one more question. Which team do you think will surprise anybody this season? Surprise team of the season for you?
Spurs.
Spurs.
Yes, Spurs.
I think we're in the spirits. I don't like the answer, but yeah, I think Spurs Spurs will surprise people this season. All right, it's been fun talking football. We missed this so much. Glad to have you back. So let's have your own answers to the questions, your predictions. Let's have your answers to the questions. Which team do you think will surprise people? Your top 4 predictions, everything. Relate with us in our comment section. We will be there to answer you. Thank you for your time. From Adewale, it's nice to meet you, Miriam.
Yeah, it is so good to be back, and yes, we can't wait to do this every season. I mean, every week to come and give you the entertainment, the information concerning football and all that. So expect us to dish out more of this to you. Do have a lovely day.
Ciao.
Yeah.